Hello, welcome to BioGreat TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Antoine Gizenga. Antoine Gizenga began as a priest, but later discovered his true calling was not a religious but a political leader, rising to the second highest office in the land. He was born on the 5th of October 1925 in the village of Mbanze in what was then the Belgian Congo. Gizenga went to a Catholic missionary primary school and got his secondary education at the Kinzambi and Mayidi seminaries. He was ordained a Catholic priest in 1947 and oversaw a parish in his home province of Kwilu. However, for personal reasons, he left the priesthood and took up several clerical and accounting jobs. He also served in the law enforcement in the colonial government before becoming a teacher at a secondary Catholic school. If there were doubts as to whether he really had left the priesthood for good, all that was cleared when he married Anne Mbuba and went on to father 4 children with her. Gizenga was inspired by the Pan-Africanist ideas of Patrice Lumumba, the co-founder of the Congolese national movement, and he played a major role in setting up the African Solidarity Party (PSA), of which he later became head. When Belgian Congo got independence in 1960 and elections were held, Gizenga was named Lumumba's deputy prime minister of the new Republic of the Congo. In September, President Joseph Kasavubu sacked Lumumba and Gizenga from their posts. Lumumba would not let go easily, and so there was a political deadlock. Finally, a coup carried out by Colonel Joseph Mobutu saw Lumumba lose power and a new government was set up. Gizenga left for Stanleyville in protest against the new government, and on the 12th of December 1960, he declared his own government as the legitimate ruling authority. Meanwhile, Lumumba was arrested by the parallel government of Kasavubu and subsequently executed when he made attempts to join Gizenga. Gizenga's government got diplomatic recognition from China, Egypt, and the Soviet Union and persisted for half a year. Later on, Gizenga agreed to disband his parallel government and rejoined the regular Congolese government as deputy prime minister with Cyril Adoula now in the lead. However, Gizenga chose to remain in Stanleyville instead of the capital, Leopoldville. When he learnt that Adoula was under the influence of Western governments and had shown willingness to negotiate with rebel leader Moise Tshombe, who led a breakaway state in Katanga, he promptly condemned Adoula and declared that the government was committing treason. In January 1962, he was summoned to Leopoldville by the Congolese Assembly to hear charges levied against him for leading a rebel government. He replied that he would return to Leopoldville only when the Katangan secession was resolved. Gizenga then made an attempt to arrest Commander-in-Chief Victor Lundula and a UN official, both of whom were in Stanleyville for an investigation. But Gizenga's militia men refused to obey him. This resulted in a clash between his regular supporters and Congolese soldiers, leading to several deaths. Peacekeeping troops from the United Nations had to step in to restore peace in the area. Adoula then ordered that Gizenga be placed under house arrest by UN and Congolese troops. He was subsequently flown back to Leopoldville and detained at Camp Kokolo. Gizenga was given an offer of UN protection, but he strongly turned it down and was eventually imprisoned on the island Bula Mbemba. In July 1964, former rebel leader of the Katanga secession, Tshombe, became prime minister. As part of an attempted political reconciliation, he ordered that Gizenga be released. But this did not seem to appease Gizenga, who quickly organized a Lumumbist party and denounced Tshombe in the handling of the Simba rebellion. The government did not take lightly Gizenga's action and in September had him placed under house arrest. Fate again favored Gizenga when Mobutu seized power in a coup in November 1965. The coup enabled Gizenga to regain freedom. He then fled to Congo-Brazzaville and later to Moscow to study for a doctorate in political science. In the ensuing years, Gizenga made trips to Egypt, Guinea, Ghana and Mali to garner support for the anti-Mobutu movement. In 1973, he briefly aligned with Laurent Désiré Kabila and his pro-China rebel group, an alliance which made him lose his Soviet Union support. After a short stay in Angola, he returned to the Republic of the Congo before finally settling in Canada. Mobutu started a civilian rule process in Zaire in 1990, allowing Gizenga to return to the country. In 1993, he set up the Unified Lumumbist Party (PALU), a consolidation of Lumumbist groups. The party did not have many members, but Gizenga was well respected for his history of opposing Mobutu. He backed Laurent Désiré Kabila's seizure of power in 1997, which resulted in the country's name being reverted to the Congo. Gizenga stood as the presidential candidate of PALU in the July 2006 election. He came third with about 13.06% of the votes, behind Joseph Kabila and Jean-Pierre Bemba. On the 30th of September 2006, Gizenga agreed to a coalition with the Alliance for the Presidential Majority (AMP), Kabila's platform. In the agreement, he would support Kabila in the second round of the presidential election in October and in exchange of being made the prime minister. Kabila won the election and Gizenga was subsequently appointed prime minister. After about 2 years in office as prime minister, on the 25th of September 2008, Gizenga submitted his resignation to Kabila. Speaking on television later in the day, he said his decision to resign was due to his advanced age and therefore felt it was unwise to continue in office. The opposition, however, said his resignation had nothing to do with age, but rather it was an admission of the failure of his government to stem the general state of crisis in the country. President Kabila, however, acknowledged his resignation officially and appointed Adolphe Muzito as his successor, still retaining the governing coalition with Gizenga's party. Gizenga then went back to his duties as Secretary General of PALU. On the 30th of June 2009, Kabila accorded Gizenga the award of the Order of National Heroes, which is the DRC's highest honor. This made him the only living member of the order. The award came with mouth-watering largesse, including a month equivalent of a prime minister's salary, a lavish residence, vehicles, and bodyguards. He died on the 24th of February 2019 after being hospitalized at the Kinshasa Medical Center. He was aged 93. What have we missed out of this biography of Gizenga? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.